What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about whether or not I could ever see myself trading any of my 40% silver to potentially 90% or pure silver. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos, subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. Got the luck has nothing to do with it, t-shirts and hoodies available only until St. Patrick's Day. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club for giveaways, live streams, deal alerts, and a whole lot more. And of course, go and get your 2 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Everything will be linked in the description. So today is Saturday, February 19th, 2022. Believe it or not, I'm filming it on Tuesday the 15th, which means I have no idea what in the world the spot price is going to be by the time the video drops. So head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. So today, I wanted to talk about trading silver. More specifically, trading one type of silver for another type of silver. Now, what inspired this for a video topic started with the gold to silver ratio. Recently, I was asked if now is the time to trade any silver for gold. Now, in my opinion, the answer to that is absolutely not. If you want to know why, I guess I'll have to save that for another video because that's not what I wanted to laser in on today. But I don't believe now is the time to be trading silver for gold, and I don't necessarily believe now's the time to be trading any gold for silver. So rather than trading one metal for the other, I started to think about it. I was like, well, what about trading one metal for the same metal, but in a way that it actually makes sense? Because you might be thinking to yourself, well, why would you trade silver for silver? In what world would that make sense? Now, when it comes to silver content, it really doesn't matter. It could be 40%, it could be 90%, it could be 3 nines fine, 4 nines fine. It doesn't matter. Silver is silver at the end of the day. That is what's important. But recently, during a Precious Metals VIP Club live stream, we were talking about silver of different levels of purity. We were talking about the 40% silver, which is what I have right over here. We were talking about the 90% silver, which is what I have right here down the center. We were talking a little bit about pure silver, like we have over here to the right. We were even talking about junk silver from other countries. Mexican junk silver, Canadian junk silver, Japanese junk silver, all with different levels of purity. Now, for me personally, I stick to American junk silver. I like 90% silver. The only reason I have these 40% silver half dollars is because quite honestly, I found them. I told the story before, but quick summary. I had a job to just remove a bunch of stuff from people's houses, and I was told that they removed everything that they were keeping, and all the stuff that was still in the house, they needed it removed so that it can be thrown in dumpsters, essentially. And I was told if I find anything that I like, I'm more than welcome to take it. So I ended up finding this little coin bag full of 40% silver half dollars and a couple of 90% silver half dollars. So guess what? I kept it. But this is the only 40% silver that I have. This little handful, this little pile of 40% Kennedy half dollars. I do not intend on getting any more. I'm personally not that big of a fan of 40% silver. Of course, I'm a fan of the silver that's in it, but here's the problem with 40% silver. If the coin itself is 40% silver, that means 60% of it is not silver, which means it takes up way more room than it needs to. For example, we all know, or most of us know, that in order to add up to about a troy ounce of silver, when it comes to 90%, all you need are 3 90% silver half dollars. Quarters, all it takes is 6. Dimes, all it takes is 14. But what about 40%? Only half dollars, by the way. How many 40% half dollars does it take to equate to just about a troy ounce of silver? The answer is 7. So if you're stacking for weight, and if you're trying to get as many troy ounces of silver as humanly possible. Yes, of course, lower premiums on 40%, but it takes up far more room than it needs to. Now, with what I have on display right here, it might not seem like that big of a deal, okay? You have a handful of 40%, a handful of 90%. It doesn't really take up much room at all. In fact, not only does it not take up very much room, but it takes up so little room, I actually had to zoom in for it to look good in frame. But here's the issue. Over an extended period of time, obviously silver adds up. The pile of silver turns into a mountain of silver. Doesn't matter if we're talking about pure silver, junk silver, or whatever. 40% silver, every troy ounce, approximately, 7 of these. I believe this is 7 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. 7. This right here. This is a troy ounce of silver. When all it would take is 3 of these to equal a troy ounce of silver. Multiply it by 10, because what I have right here in my hand versus what I have right here in this hand, it might not seem like that big of a difference, or it might not seem like that big of a deal. But multiply it by 10, 70 versus 30, or multiply it by 100, 700 versus 300. Are you starting to catch on to what I consider the problem to be? 40% silver takes up way more room than it needs to. So I personally don't stack 40% silver. This is the only 40% that I have, and I think it's kind of cool, so I'll hang on to it. But if I were to ever stumble upon an opportunity to load the boat or back up the truck on some 40% silver, because I wouldn't reject silver, I wouldn't turn down an opportunity. If the premium made sense, I would absolutely do it. So if I were to find an opportunity to get a whole bunch of 40% silver, like a ridiculous amount of 40% silver for pretty close to spot, or maybe at spot, or, man, if a miracle happens, below spot, you never know. If an opportunity like that presented itself to me, I would absolutely capitalize. But you want to know what I would do after that? I would trade it. I would do what I need to do to convert my 40% to 90%. For every 7 40% half dollars, I know that I could trade for about 3 90% half dollars, or about 6 90% silver quarters, or about 14 90% silver dimes. 40% silver is still silver. Doesn't make a bit of a difference. But I happen to know for a fact that it takes up way more room than it needs to. More than half of each coin is not even silver. So I would prefer to trade it for something of a higher purity. Or, by the way, it doesn't have to be 40% for 90%. That's just what I would more than likely want to do, or try to do. But in theory, you could trade 7 40% half dollars, which equates to a troy ounce of silver, for a coin that happens to be a troy ounce of silver. Maybe not a silver eagle, because you got to factor in the premiums. Premiums on these, very, very low. Premiums on this, pretty high. So you don't necessarily have to go by spot price in a situation like that. You'd probably have to go by stack price, which is spot price plus the average premium at the time. 40% and also 90%, they carry lower premiums than a lot of pure silver coins and rounds and bars nowadays, especially the silver eagle. So maybe, if you do the math, maybe at that point it would make more sense to trade 7 40% half dollars, which is a troy ounce, plus 1 additional 40% silver half dollar for a silver eagle. I'm just throwing out random numbers. I have no plan, no intentions of trading any of my 40% for silver eagles. I'm kind of over the silver eagle. I'm not even really too fixated on pure silver coins at this point. I'm going to stick to junk silver. I'm going to stick to the constitutional. But my way of doing so is by going after 90%. So, do I plan on trading any of my silver, any of the silver that I currently have, for any other type of silver? At this point, no. And at some point in the future, the answer is probably still going to be no. The answer would only be yes if I was somehow, some way able to get my hands on a whole bunch of 40%, a lower level of purity. I would trade it for the same metal, silver, of a higher level of purity. And after that, that's it. The end. I would stick to higher purity silver because that's what I want to stack. That's what I want to stack sky high. And then moving down the road even further, I would be open-minded to trading one metal for the other, but I wouldn't trade gold for silver. I would only trade silver for gold. I cannot see myself ever trading any gold back for silver. To me, that's a step back. Even if you're playing the ratio and are able to do it strategically so that you start off with silver, trade it for gold, then the ratio moves the opposite direction, you trade the gold back for more silver than you started with. It's a great idea, and it could be a very good way of maximizing the stack. I have way too much going on to be able to go back and forth and back and forth. That's not my style. I don't want to go forward and then backward just to be able to go forward again even more. I want to stick to going in one straight direction. I'm just trying to go forward. I'm just trying to climb up. I'm not trying to go up and down, back and forth, back and forth. But for the people who do have the time and are able to do that, it could be a very, very, very smart move. I'm personally not interested in doing that, though. I would trade some silver for some gold. Now, I would never trade all of my silver for gold. I would never trade a majority of my silver for gold. I wouldn't even trade half my silver for gold. I would just trade a small portion of it. But it relies pretty much exclusively on what the gold to silver ratio is doing. For example, as I'm filming the video, keep in mind I'm filming it on Tuesday, it's coming out on Saturday, so who knows what the spot price is going to be, but right now it's about $23. The gold to silver ratio is about 78 or 79 to 1. That's where the ratio is right now, roughly. So that's kind of like caught in limbo in a way. For the people who are looking to trade some gold for silver, I think maybe doing so at 100 to 1 could make sense for a lot of people. I wouldn't do it, but for the people who are looking to do that, I think 100 to 1 wouldn't be a half bad time. But then trading silver for gold, what I'm personally looking for is to see 50 to 1 or somewhere around there. At that point, I would start to say to myself, now we're talking. Can we see 40 to 1? And at 40 to 1 is probably when I would start forking over a little bit of the white metal for a little bit of the yellow metal. I could see myself doing that around that point. 30 to 1 would be even better. I don't know if I can necessarily see it going any lower than that. I guess time will tell. There are people out there who wholeheartedly believe it's going to go to 1 to 1. I'm willing to bet the entire stack that that's not going to happen. But hey, I could be wrong. I've been wrong in the past. But those are just some of my thoughts on trading one metal for the other. And I guess even more specifically, trading one metal for the same metal. Same metal, different level of purity. 40% for 90%. 40% takes up way more room than it needs to, which is why I don't stack it. The only 40% I have is stuff that I found for free. If I was ever able to back up the truck, if somebody offered me a whole bunch of 40% silver for very, very cheap, I would absolutely take it. But then I would go and try to trade it. I would try to upgrade it. I would try to convert it into something that is not 40% silver and 60% not silver. I would try my best to trade it for something that is 90% silver and only 10% not silver. It saves a lot of room, it saves a lot of space, especially for somebody that's in it for the long term. I've been doing this for just a little bit over 4 years at this point. I can only imagine what the stack is going to look like by the time I hit 8 years or 10 years or 15 years. I'm not stacking massive amounts of silver every month, I'll get a handful at a time. I'll get what I can when I can. But I believe slow and steady wins the race. I believe small steps in the right direction will eventually take me to where I want to go. And years and years and years to come, that pile of silver is just going to slowly but surely turn into a mountain of silver, thanks to the compound effect. But just imagine how big of a mountain of silver that would be if it was exclusively or mainly 40% silver. That mountain of silver right there, 60% of it is not even silver. Not hating on the 40%, it's just not my style. But anyway, I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Could you see yourself trading any silver for silver? We don't have to talk about trading silver for gold or gold for silver. We've talked about that plenty of times. I wanted to really laser in on 40% to 90%. Most of the people who comment on my videos don't care for 40%, but let's just say you were walking down the street and you found a whole backpack full of 40% silver half dollars for whatever reason. Would you go and keep them? Or would you try to trade them for maybe 90% or pure silver or something like that? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos. Get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. Of course, we got some t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, and coffee mugs in a bunch of different designs. And we have the Luck Has Nothing to Do With It t-shirt and hoodie, only available until St. Patrick's Day. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club, which is where I do giveaways every single month, live streams multiple times a week, deal alerts on silver and gold every single day. You can watch all of my videos early and commercial free. And I just posted a brand new adventure vlog this morning, and there are a ton of other perks as well. VIP Club link in the description. And of course, last but not least, make sure to go and get your 2 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. They're going to give you 2 free random stocks just for doing so. And then, if you share the February promo and refer 1 friend to the app, they're going to give you a spin on the spin wheel where you have a chance of winning a free share of Google, which is worth over $2,000. Webull link in the description. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, what are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? Could you see yourself ever trading any of your silver for a different type of silver? I guess in theory, you could always go and trade a generic silver round for a generic silver bar. That's not really too intense of a trade, but when it comes to different levels of purity, could you see yourself trading however many troy ounces of silver worth of 40% for roughly the equivalent amount of X amount of silver worth of 90%, if that makes sense? Is that something that you would do? Is that something that you would want to do or try to do? Or would you hang on to the 40% silver? A lot of people don't care for 40% silver, so maybe you find that to be the silver with the best premium right now. So maybe you are stacking the 40% intentionally. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.